Ladies and gentlemen, the Pleb is back. In today's report, a Liberal press conference got trolled over the weekend by a Canadian patriot waving a F Trudeau flag in the background. As well, tonight, NDP candidate Craig Sauvé is using a Palestine flag on his campaign posters instead of a Canadian flag. Also, tonight, Mark Garson has officially lost his mind and is now accusing Canadian conservative influencers of working for Russia. You won't want to miss tonight's story. Stick around. Before we start tonight's report, are you guys fed up of the bias of the mainstream media? If the answer is yes, smash the subscribe button because I'm going to tell you the news the mainstream media won't. Welcome to your Monday report. We got a lot to catch up on over the weekend because a lot of absolutely crazy things happened here in Canada. Tonight's first story will start in the Maritimes, where a Canadian patriot showed up to a Liberal press conference and delivered what is possibly the greatest photobomb of all time. Look at the flag here right behind him. This is amazing.
Alors, bonjour tout le monde. Hello, everyone. We're going to get the ceremony going. C'est le temps de débuter. Tout d'abord, mon nom c'est Donald Boudreau. Je suis membre du bureau de direction de l'autorité portuaire. I'm a member
Oh my God.
of the board of directors for the Harbor Authority. I want to welcome everybody. Presence of the following people, and I know I'm going to miss some people.
This video right here, folks, really represents the times in Canada right now. It's a perfect representation of the times we live in. Truly.
And I apologize in advance. Tout d'abord, l'honorable Dominique Leblanc, député fédéral de Beauce.
Oh my God, this is this is iconic.
Bonjour, et ministre de la Sécurité publique, des institutions démocratiques et des affaires internes.
Well done to this patriot. Well done. Now, this press conference featured Dominic LeBlanc, a huge Liberal MP over here in Canada. And this trolling was absolutely deserved because at that same press conference, Dominic LeBlanc was bragging that he was behind the Emergencies Act, using wartime measures on Canadian truckers who were protesting.
I was an active participant in those conversations around invoking the Emergencies Act.
What a scumbag. Now, we all know the Liberals are completely out of touch and don't live in reality, but actually bragging about invoking the Emergencies Act on your own citizens over a protest, that may be the most out of touch statement I've seen in a long time. And aside from a few butthurt Liberals, a lot of people absolutely love the video of the F Trudeau flag at the press conference. Let's go see some of the feedback. Just look at some of these comments underneath my post. The people loved this video. Bratney, LMFAO, love it. Zero awareness like all Liberals. Well said, my Latin life. This is hilarious. Laugh emojis. Of course, we got one butthurt Liberal, Shishisto, saying, I'm so happy that the left has more class than that. Okay, one negative comment, more laughs, more laughs. This guy's saying that he bets money that they'll try to charge this guy with something. He's probably not wrong. But yes, as you could read here, look at the comments. The people loved this video. They thought it was absolutely hilarious, aside from the butthurt Liberals. In our next story of the night, we're going to talk about the woke left wackos here in Canada, as they are now putting Palestine flags on their campaign posters. Now, I was in the riding of LaSalle-Lamar-Verdun the other day, visiting my friend, my business manager. Shout out to Derek. And one thing I noticed here while I was in this riding is, well, look at the Liberal campaign poster. They don't even have Trudeau's face on it. This is how toxic Trudeau has become. Now, who remembers these posters for Justin Trudeau? They literally plastered his face everywhere. But now, nuh-uh. Trudeau is so toxic that they have to hide him. But that isn't even the craziest part about this by-election, because now the far-left NDP are putting Palestine flags on their posters as a way to recruit progressive voters. Yes, folks, look at this campaign poster. This is for a Canadian election here, but somehow our politicians have friggin' Palestine flags in the background. How does this make any sense? And I'll translate what it says here on the sign because it's even more absurd. It says in French, I am voting for Craig Sauvé to stop the genocide in Gaza. Now, could someone tell me how voting for an NDP member of parliament in Montreal is going to stop the war in Gaza? Are people really this stupid? Well, you know the answer to that. Yes, leftists really are this stupid. And in the 2025 election, we could be seeing posters like this. Are you guys ready to see Jagmeet Singh in the next election with a Palestine flag behind him? Because you know what? It's probably going to happen. The left will do anything to hold on to power, including completely disrespecting their country. And you guys want to know what's funny about me putting out this Jagmeet Singh poster that I put out as a joke? Well, apparently the far left wackos absolutely love it. This communist here with a sickle and hammer in his bio says, "The photo looks dope. Keep up the good work." Or how about this one from Jason Rockwell, him, saying, "If this was an actual Singh campaign poster as a New Democrat, I couldn't be happier. However, I suspect this was made to wind up the constant right-wing rage machine, sadly. I mean, that's a bonus, but it shouldn't be the main purpose." The left absolutely love this Photoshop, and I'll even take it one step further. Look, Jagmeet, if you want to use this as your next campaign poster, you have my blessing. I give you the rights. Use it all you want. And speaking of Jagmeet Singh, over in Canada this weekend in Winnipeg, a video is going absolutely viral here, posted by Kirk Luminov, where a bunch of Indian Sikhs, I believe, with swords were seen storming through the streets of Winnipeg. Welcome to Canada after 9 years of Justin Trudeau. Look, this is a perfect representation of it. So this is what our Canadian cities look like now. We got people running through the streets with swords, which are weapons. I get it, it's religious, but those are literal weapons. And apparently we're not allowed to say anything about it, but this is kind of wild. Like, just look how they run and scream. They're barefoot, by the way. Did you guys notice they have no shoes on? They're just screaming with swords through the streets of Winnipeg. What the heck has happened to Canada? Why are they screaming? This country is now unrecognizable. In our next story of the night, we're going to talk about Canada's dumbest member of parliament, Mark Garson, who has now gone full conspiracy mode and is accusing conservative influencers of working for Russia. Now, after this Tenet Media story broke over the weekend, where we found out from the DOJ that Russia was funding Lauren Chen and Tenet Media, well, the left are losing their bloody minds and accusing everybody of working for Russia. And it's getting so crazy that they're saying things like "Canada is broken" is a line directly from the Kremlin. Just look at this absolute insanity here from the left, from an actual doctor, okay? You don't need to be smart to be a doctor, and this guy proves it, saying, "Here's Pierre Poilievre, who still refuses to apply for security clearance with a person who is found to be part of a Russian misinformation campaign. We need to be talking about this, CBC, CTV, Global News, Globe and Mail." Really? She was found out to be a part of a Russian misinformation campaign. Do these people have any proof? Obviously not. Now, members of parliament are using this as proof here of Cat Canada appearing on Lauren Southern's channel to talk about her upbringing in a communist country. Yes, they have absolutely no proof. Now, leading the charge on this Russia conspiracy is none other than the dumbest man in parliament himself, Mark Garson, who started getting really triggered over Cat Canada the last couple of days. Now, it started with this tweet yesterday where Mark Garson says, at least I can say that Russian operatives, let's call them influencers in 2024, have never swayed my position on Ukraine despite their repeated attempts to do so. Apparently, my conservative colleagues cannot say the same. Okay, so this was the first tweet from Mark Garson. But this story actually gets even crazier as Mark came out with this tweet today. Mark Garson embarrasses himself yet again and comes out with this tweet here today saying, I finally blocked someone on here. I draw the line at foreign government paying you to engage with me. Parliament needs to study this, and this person needs to be brought before committee to answer questions. Yes, so she butthurt Mark Garson, kept ratioing him, and now he's so upset he wants to summon Cat Canada to Parliament to answer questions. What kind of crazy world do we live in? And it gets actually even crazier because Mark Garson brought his receipts, his proof, and it's just absolutely batshit crazy. Let's go see his proof. Here is Mark Garson's proof. He actually posted a thread here where she replied to Mark and ratioed him saying, you're still obsessed about Ukraine, LMAO. Do you honestly not understand how out of touch that sounds? Canada, housing crisis, overdose crisis, homeless encampments, homeless service members. I mean, does this sound like Russian disinformation to you? According to Mark Garson, this is proof that because Canada cares more about our country. But I digress. Let's keep going here. Here's another one where Mark Garson posts the video about Pierre in the Wood saying, why does this guy make everything so weird? Cat Canada writes, you think it makes him weird to talk about Canadian natural resources? Whatever you're trying to do, it's not working. And you can't come up with an original insult rather than copying straight from the Democrats' smear book. You're so embarrassing. Okay, this is proof for Mark. This is proof that she's working for Russia. Oh my God, keep going. Mark Garson posts this where, he's just re-emphasizing the weird talking point. Cat Canada writes, hey, Mark, did you forget that Trudeau said he admires a communist dictatorship? According to Mark, that's Russian disinformation. Trudeau literally said that. But we'll keep going. Here's more proof from Mark Garson. Mark Scaridson, I like that nickname, comments always off, claps for some flag and bio dude who says Pierre is all slogans. Are you the king of slogans, Mark Garson? Diversity is our strength, no space for hate, global boiling, etc. Bunch of clowns. How is this Russian? How is she working for Russia? Okay, this one's insane here. Marky sounds hangry. Tell him to eat an apple. And that's a play on Pierre Poilievre's apple. And now he's posting a picture of an apple with a Canadian flag as proof that Cat's working for Russia. Is this really proof? What is going on? Keep going here. Another example here. We don't need plans. Thanks for coming to this TED Talk. What point is Mark trying to make here? Sounds like another question for the Standing Committee on Ethics. Cat writes, since you're too chicken to leave comments on when commenting on Alberta's Protect Youth from Radical Intervention policy, I thought I'd rub your annoying face into this fact right here. Take all the time you need with this, Marky. Gays stand with Smith. Okay, but he keeps going. Look at these receipts he's bringing. This is golden. And then Cat Canada writes, why are you such a coward, Mark? Turn on your comments, you spineless jelly slime. Wow. And the last one here is more proof, according to Mark, that she works for Russia, saying, imagine being a man and having such little conviction in the words you speak that you have to lock down the comments because you're scared of being refuted. That's facts. This is the state of liberal politicians in Canada. Looking at you, Mark Garson, aren't you embarrassed? This is proof? This is proof she works for Russia? Are you kidding me? I'm going to make 2 points here. Number one, I hope Cat Canada sues Mark Garrison. I mean, this is literally libel, and his proof is absolutely ridiculous. There is absolutely nothing connecting the dots between Russia and Cat Canada, and Mark's receipts just make him look like the clown that he is. And number two, you want to summon Cat Canada to a committee in Ottawa to answer questions? Well, to the Liberals watching, why don't you invite me as well? I would love to testify. Let's make some content. I cannot wait. Invite me to this committee too. The Pleb is in. The Liberal Party and Trudeau's government is completely imploding. We can see it from the Russia hoax that they're trying to push now. This is a sign of peak desperation. They know they're going down in flames, and I love to see it. And this week on TV, Tom Mulcair came out and explained exactly what's happening to the Liberal government right now, and he claims that they are in deep trouble.
Trudeau is in trouble with his own caucus. He knows that. He's in trouble in the polls. He knows that. The fact that Singh walked out this week is no help. And there are 2 by-elections coming up on Monday, the 16th, the same day Parliament goes back. And those could have a determining effect on Trudeau's future. One of them, in Winnipeg, the Liberals aren't in. It's basically a fight between the Conservatives and the NDP. NDP has a strong candidate. The Conservatives are throwing everything they can at it. They'd love to grab it. They have a chance of doing that. In Montreal, that's going to be the exciting one. From all the information I'm getting, it's split essentially 30-30-30 amongst the Liberals, the Bloc Québécois, and the NDP. Conservatives, again, are not in that one. They're at about 10% in the door-to-door polling. So if Trudeau were to lose that one, it's a safe Liberal seat. It was David Lametti, the Attorney General's seat. If he loses that one, Renee, that will be huge trouble for Trudeau. So this is all against the backdrop of a very nervous caucus. And you know what? When you're a leader of a party, I talked to you a bit about that. You don't like it when your caucus is nervous. You like to have them buoyed up a bit, feeling good. Nobody, people are saying very open things. Wayne Long, MP, saying, look, we have no chance of defeating Poilievre if Trudeau stays as leader. So that's pretty tough stuff to hear from somebody who was a Liberal MP.
And it wasn't just Wayne Long who came and said Trudeau cannot win. The entire party is literally exploding in front of our own eyes. As reported here by Six Buzz the other day, apparently Trudeau's national campaign director tells Justin Trudeau that he's stepping down. Even his own campaign director doesn't think he can win. And it even gets crazier here as another MP has come forward. Alexandra Mendez says Trudeau has to be removed for office. And I quote, "If I listen to my constituents, which is supposedly what we're meant to do, yes, I have to say we would have to change leadership." So not only are his own MPs talking smack about him right now in public, it's all falling apart because we received even more news here today. Look at this. Apparently, 5 out of 38 Trudeau Liberal ministerial chiefs of staff are resigning. Wow, 5 of the 38, including from Trudeau's departments of Global Affairs, Heritage, Environment, Revenue, and Mental Health. It's finally imploding. This is the Titanic sinking in real time. It's beautiful to see. But in one last act of desperation, the Liberals are attempting the ultimate Hail Mary here, and breaking news here as I'm at the desk. Apparently, look at this. Mark Carney is joining the Liberal Party as a special advisor to Justin Trudeau. Yes, folks, the plan by the Liberals is to replace WEF Trudeau with none other than WEF Carney, who was a global banker, a central banker, a member of the World Economic Forum, basically business as usual, just like Trudeau, but with more brains. Bring it on, Liberals. You guys have Mark Carney, and we have Pierre Poilievre. I have ultimate faith in Pierre Poilievre, and Pierre and Mark Carney have already sparred with each other in back and forth in the last couple of years, and I'm going to give you guys a little preview of what's to come. Pierre Poilievre versus Mark Carney.
Support the Prime Minister's decision to veto the Northern Gateway pipeline, Mr. Carney.
I understand the veto of the Northern Gateway pipeline.
You support it?
Given both environmental and commercial reasons.
Do you support it?
I think it was sensible. I wasn't involved in the decision, but I think it was the right decision.
And yet your company has invested billions of dollars in oil companies in both Brazil and the UAE to buy pipelines. You bought billions of dollars of pipelines as a company in the last 5 years. Do you support those investments?
Mr. Poilievre, there is a global energy system, and one of the issues, I'm trying to explain a bit of how the economy works. One of the
Thank you
issues,
so
which
much.
is of, well,
Oh, look at that little subtle jab. I'm going to teach you how the economy works. This guy's a dick. Mark Carney's a dick.
one of the issues, I'm trying to explain a bit of how the economy works. One of the
Thank you
issues,
so
which
much.
is it may help. One of the issues for this committee in thinking about a sustainable transition.
Do you support it?
Where is Canada's role in those as energy transitions from
Right.
fossil fuels to renewables, and in different jurisdictions, into different geography, it matters. It matters,
Okay.
and this is a fundamental point.
Yeah.
Cook 'em,
So
Pierre.
This is a fundamental. You're
So
finally
I'm
getting
sorry,
to.
you've
Finally
exceeded
getting
the
to
time.
a point
You've
that
exceeded the
is
time.
relevant to this committee's
What
inquiry.
you're
which
saying
what
is you
is the
oppose
transition
pipelines in
pathway?
Canada, but you support them in the UAE and in Brazil. That's what
There
you've
are
actually said.
specific. There are specific.
That's your double
pipelines.
standard.
It is not a
Oh.
double standard.
It is a
not
double standard.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he's Canada last. He doesn't care about Canada. He cares about the global elites because that's who Mark Carney is. Way to cook him, Pierre. Keep going.
You
It's
make
not.
billions of
Mr.
dollars off
Mr.
foreign
Poilievre,
pipelines
I
and you
would
shut them
I
down
would
here at
remind
home,
you-
putting
I
our
would
people out of
remind
work.
you that you are a representative of the Canadian people, and one of your responsibilities, including at this committee,
Is to fight for Canadian
form
jobs,
and to
not
fight
foreign
for,
jobs like you.
exactly,
Wow.
to fight for Canadian,
Canadian
jobs, and the
jobs.
types of Canadian jobs that are durable and are going to move forward.
Right.
I grew up in Alberta. I know the innovative nature of that.
Well,
energy
go try to
industry.
give that answer back in Alberta, because I grew up
I
there
have
too, and I
many
can tell you
friends.
the people. I can tell you the people
I
of
can tell you-
Alberta
I'll
would
tell you
be
what, that-
ashamed with the answer you just gave. That
Wow.
you would give
That's not- no,
billions of
because-
dollars,
no,
billions of
Mr.
dollars to
Poilievre,
foreign
Mr.
pipelines,
Poilievre, you need
while
to-
not allowing Canadians to build pipelines
So,
here at home. That is
there
the kind of
there are
elite
pipe-
Davos hypocrisy.
Wow. Pierre absolutely destroys him there and exposes him as anti-Canadian, anti-energy, anti-prosperity. He wants to build pipelines in other countries, but doesn't even want to build them here in Canada. I can't wait to see Pierre Poilievre and this guy spar on a regular basis. And if that was a preview of what's to come, well, I cannot wait for the Poilievre versus Carney future. Anyways, guys, it has been 23 minutes so far in this video, so if you're still watching me, you're an absolute legend, but let's end it off with these questions here. What do you guys think of Mark Gerritson's accusations of Cat Canada being a Russian agent? Was the proof he provided enough to accuse Cat Canada for working for the Kremlin? Also, what did you guys think of the Trudeau flag at that press conference? Was it taking it too far? Was it fair? What did you guys think? Tell me in the comments down below. All right, guys, I'll be back tomorrow with a Trump versus Kamala debate live stream. I cannot wait to cover that. So come check it out tomorrow night. And if you guys want to support my channel, you already know how to do it. Drop a comment, share the video, hit the like button, tell your friends about the Pleb. You can even buy a $5 Canadian membership. My name is the Pleb. Double P, hit us with the outro.
Hey, keep up the great work. Thank you.